I mean, we're gonna bury the lead, or
Bum, 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 bum. You guys fucking see this shit?
what are we looking at, Jamie-Lynn?
We got merch, yo. This, let me describe to you the softest piece of clothing I've ever worn that's on my naked body underneath this.
Whoa.
This is our new merch. We have hoodies, we've got hats, and they're dope AF. You guys, they come in black, mustard, and what is this, what you call?
Camo
This
green.
is military green,
Military green.
heather mustard, and black.
And this is just now your tribe, man. Be part of the PJP tribe and wear it proudly. We will.
This is in collaboration with Gracias California, which is a clothing brand that we wear.
Yep.
And they were nice enough to put our stuff on their website. So if you guys want to buy these, you go to graciascalifornia.com, look through the hoodies, search PJ Pants. We took a while for these because A, we wanted to make sure we got the art right.
Yes.
And then B, we wanted to get something that was like, that felt good. And to be honest, we paid a little extra and, you know, but it's worth it because these are, and Rob is like the hoodie aficionado, and he was so pleased today when he got his.
You were so pleased
I'm
when
happy.
we opened this box.
He's
Yeah.
so he's very particular about fit and feel and the fabric and how it feels against his skin. Tell me how these feel on your baby's skin.
Perfect. Also, if you're in between sizes, go with the size up. Like I'm a small or a medium. If I got a small, I'd be very upset.
Yeah,
I'm in a
wanna-
small, though, for the ladies.
yeah. I'm wearing a medium. So we'll see how it does after I wash.
It's not snug. It's not a snug small. Like, it still feels cozy, like how you want a hoodie to feel.
Like
But
you
it's
could be
short.
pregnant and I wouldn't know.
But like maybe like 4 months or
Yeah.
5 months.
Yeah, you're not hiding it.
And also, not gonna wash away. You hear that? Look at
Yes.
this.
These are
no noise.
embroidered. This is an actual. Everything that we chose jacks up the price a little bit, but it's stuff that we wanted to like we would wear. And the art, by the way, is from a gentleman called Young and Sick on Instagram, who made the art for us back when we asked you guys for art months ago. And he did the art for the hat. And it's very cool. And he did this
Rob
PJ
loves
Pants
the hat.
thing.
I love that hat. Should we?
Yeah, maybe do a.
Oh, what's going on?
This is going to be interesting. It could either be super blurry or.
I'm working.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. Let him work. We got these 3 colors, and we're going to hopefully have more. If you guys want to, I think as soon as this pod goes up is when we're going to have them
It's live.
live, graciascalifornia.com. And if we sell out, which is I think we may sell out, we're going to just know that we will have another run. And you will not be without one if you really do want one. So.
You know, it's going to be a really cool day when like somebody's like walking down the street, walking their dog in Abbott Kinney, and like across, like somebody's walking the other way, and they'll be like,
Yeah,
you listen to Pajama Pants, right on.
that'll be great.
Yeah.
If only we could just create that sort of like following where there's enough of them, where they're gonna run into each other.
I feel like it's happening.
And we only have like 100 of the hoodies, but we're gonna restock them. We just want to see how these do.
Yeah, we see if you want them.
Want to see how? And
Don't tell them how many we have. I mean, we could have way more than that.
we don't just ship in the U.S. Also, we ship everywhere, babe. We're all over the fucking
International?
place.
It's international. Obviously,
Everywhere.
you'll pay more for shipping for international, but we do have the ability. Why do you point at me when it's international?
Because I feel like a lot of the people that write in that always are like, this one's for Kasim, are of the
Are not
international.
from this country.
Oh, well, let her go on. What do you?
Like, well, you know, like,
Well, I'm pumped. I'm glad.
yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't want a hoodie, that's fine. Be happy for me that I have something new to wear.
Yeah.
Yes.
On the show in my life.
And those of you that that have sent me messages that are like, what about PJ Pants? We are gonna have pants, but there's so many different kinds that we're being kind of careful and like we don't know what style yet, but we are gonna work on PJ Pants.
Jamie, what do you think of PJ Pants panties for girls?
PJ panties?
Yeah, we could do that. PJ panties.
PJ panties is probably, you don't need the extra pants. I love it.
You're the lady.
I would like.
And they come in pre-soaked or dry.
Oh, Jamie, we could charge a real fucking
Yeah.
premium if you're willing.
Dude, now
Here we
that
go.
is where
Now
we
we're
make the
podding.
money.
Now we're podding,
This
baby.
is pod. Are you recording?
We go from commercial
are.
to pod, baby.
Pre-soaked Jamie-Lynn
What the fuck does pre-soaked mean?
means that you sit in them for a while.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
then you watch Bridgerton.
I was just gonna. Yeah, great mind. We're big business brains.
Big business brains. BBB, Better Business Bureau, Big Business Brains.
Yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah, I would say you watch a few episodes of Bridgerton, the steamy episodes, and then you kind of just like wiggle around in a pair, and then we take them out, put them in a Ziploc, pre-soaked.
Yeah, maybe
Send
do
them right
like,
out. Maybe Gabby does a few too.
Oh
What? Oh, am I not supposed to say that because of for sexual
no,
harassment?
she works here, you asshole.
Oh, but she's a personality on the show.
Ooh, it's you know, you got a point there.
Jamie technically works here too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's, you know,
Gabby,
she
please.
signed up for this. Gabby did not.
Please don't.
Do you guys know
File
what
a
I
lawsuit.
did the other day?
Jamie, we're not done. Gabby, from 1 to 10, how uncomfortable did that make you?
She's bullet.
3.5?
That's hot. It's on the radar.
That's it.
That's higher than I would have thought.
That's it. We just now, the goal is by the end of this pod to get to a 5.
Oh.
What'd you do, Jamie?
I did vaginal
Gabby, I
rejuvenation.
apologize.
No, you didn't.
I didn't even know what I signed up for.
We are potting. Oh.
I didn't even know.
Oh.
So my OB, who's also my friend, the woman
Wait.
who delivered my 2
Oh,
babies,
it's a woman.
her name is Dr. Suzanne Gilbert-Lenz, and she started this company called Lemonu. And basically, they're going to hope to do pop-ups and then have standalones all over the country, all over the world, where it's basically trying to revolutionize and not make it taboo for women's sexual health. And so she's my doctor, and I can tell you, anytime I go in for a checkup or it's been post-baby or whatever, she always asks me, how's your sex life?
Hell, it is.
Because she thinks it's a very important...
3 words for you, Jamie-Lynn.
Yeah.
I watched the blog, I get it.
Uh-huh.
So, because she thinks that sexual health is a part of your actual health, like your cardiovascular, your mental health, like
Yeah.
sexual health is a big part of it.
Certainly lifts my spirits.
Mine
So-
and Rob's are not doing so hot.
Oh, well, you're not a woman. You can't go to Lemonu. But Lemonu is basically this place where you can speak to a sex therapist. You can see a pelvic floor specialist if you're having issues with certain things. If you have vaginal dryness, if you're entering into menopause, whatever it is to help you, you know, optimize your sexual function. So she asked me, she's like, come on down, like we'll give you a treatment, but like, and I'll do anything for her because I love her and I think it's amazing what she's doing, because it's like a lot of women don't know who to talk to about that. And I think a lot of women feel like, ugh, it's just me, that I don't want sex or something's wrong with me. And yeah, there is something wrong and we can fix it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah.
Like,
And it doesn't include like work with the person's boyfriend or spouse or anything?
they of course they have
Does
that
he
too.
get to go to Lemonu?
Well, I don't think that they have. Well, men's sexual health is covered by insurance. Like if you want Viagra or anything.
No,
I
we're-
like this.
We're
dude.
we're saying if I thought you were saying like if the guy wants to chime in on the look.
I'm starting a new one. It's called
Oh,
Come
well,
on down to
there's
Lemon
no-
Dudes, and I will take care of your sexual health, my
Hell
dudes.
yeah, Lemon did it.
Come on
That's our
down,
slogan.
dude.
That's our slogan. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I was like, yeah, I'll get a treatment. She's like, I think you'd like Votiva. I'm like, okay, I'll try Votiva. And she was like, they used to call it vaginal rejuvenation. I was like, that's what I just had done?
Hold on 1 second. She took one look at you and said, "Hey, I think you need Votiva."
Well, the other one was like the O shot,
just
which
say
is
they weren't
literally
making
they
eye
take
contact.
your blood and spin it and then put a shot in your G spot. Yeah, no
Wait.
thanks.
Like a needle?
Yeah,
Does it shape
Holy.
like this?
I know. I didn't get it.
It's a candy cane.
And in
And I
the
feel like
and
it-
in the clitoris.
If anyone out there was like wanting to know where the G spot was, and like Rob already knows, like where would that be on a woman?
You were right, up and in.
What was that motion?
Up and in, Jamie. I hate to tell you, pretty much everything is up and in
Yeah,
when you're down there.
Yeah.
Oh, guys out there are just.
Anyway, so when I left, the lady was like, so, usually you should do this every like 3 to 6 months, but, you're moving and but, basically give it 2 days and you'll look like a tiny little girl.
I was
And I
gonna
was
say
like,
what my big
Okay.
my groundbreaking note here is: does she come out with a chart from like, hey, I'd like that puss, like
they
from
can't
maybe
change how your pee-pee looks,
a little
but
timeline
Wait,
of
wait.
puss,
they can't change how it
a little
looks.
puss
confused.
timeline.
Basically,
What is it doing down
it
there?
does little, like with the laser, it does little abrasions, which calls collagen and cellular repair. So it,
I feel like you could stick a lemon wedge in there and it would, like how your lips pucker and get all tight. That's what a vaginal rejuvenation.
well, maybe
sounds
that's
like.
what you can do at lavender.
See, I can do that with
Come on down, lemon
girls
dudes.
with no. So what I used to do is, so I would have my shower radio plugged in, and I'd get a little wet, and then while we're having sex, I would just unplug it and plug it, and you hope that you get a little zap, and then boom, I send one right down,
Oh,
and then the collagen
well,
calls in. Yeah, it's a whole.
it's very MacGyver.
It's like
of you.
it was. I
We're
was
gonna offer that service.
I was almost an X-Man. Shit almost went down.
Yeah, the newest Professor X's newest student, Rob.
Uh-huh.
Well, I've got the vagina of a small child. No.
Does
apparently.
it feel different?
Whoa.
Does it feel different? Can you tell? Like, do you sit quieter
What?
when you sit down? Is it quieter?
Are you saying that I make noise when I sit?
Well,
It's
I
like
don't
a wind
know.
tunnel.
I just feel like if it made it smaller and more tight, it would be quieter down there.
I
If
don't
there
know.
were bigger, if there was bigger action, there's a sound it makes when you sit.
I haven't been paying much attention.
When you sit, it's like this.
I have heard
But
Jamie.
now it's like,
I have heard Jamie, like, not when she sits, but when she stands, I've heard like.
like one of those Garfield window things that you put in the
No,
car.
that's Jack sucking on his pacifier. that you're hearing.
No, Jamie-Lynn.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
that's been.
Yeah,
she said
so that
little
was my
girl, huh?
weekend.
She's gonna have. You're gonna have a
Young girl.
Yeah, let's keep it.
I already got kicked off Instagram almost for sexualizing minors, you guys.
We got to hear about this.
You have a queen just above 18 puss.
I
Totally
signed
legal.
on to Instagram and it like immediately showed me this picture I'd put well over a year ago of my kids in the bathtub together, smiling, super cute. I have it framed in my house. And it said, this has been flagged for inappropriateness and we're removing it from your feed. And I was like, okay, no problem, whatever. And I did a little business deal with my Instagram of, with a paid partnership. And I went to do the paid partnership tool and was told that I wasn't allowed to because I've been flagged for sexualizing minors on my page.
And that was before you had a young puss.
That was before they knew about the Votiva.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are in all kinds of weird.
What did I do,
Yeah,
you guys?
You LA people, I gotta get
You're
out of
Just
liberal,
here.
trying to
dude.
survive Corona with two little kids.
I caught you trying to scare your kids and then drink their adrenochrome. You and your.
What the hell does that even
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. Pizzagate, anyone? A little bit of walnut sauce.
Yep. All my new furniture is from Wayfair.
Thank you. Yeah, you know a little bit, huh?
What does cheese pizza shawarma really mean?
I had quite an eventful last couple days in my backyard.
Talk to us about it.
I've been feeding crows. I've been developing and cultivating a relationship with the crows in my neighborhood.
Crows are very intelligent.
You don't got to tell me, Jamie.
'Kay.
I already know. So what I had been doing is whenever I see them in the yard, I've been just tossing out little pieces of bread. I'll go get some bread and put it out there. And I walk out and make sure they see my face.
Yes,
And
because
see,
they remember faces.
Because they remember faces. And so I look at them all.
Because they remember faces.
Exactly, Rob.
Yes.
And I put them out there, and then I'll go back inside, and then they'll come down and they'll eat the bread. I've done that 5-6 times, over the last few weeks. Yesterday, I walk out there, right where you normally put the bread is a little gift that they dropped for me. It was a shiny piece of it's the end of a coax cable. A coax cable for those
Maybe
of you
they
that,
knew. Maybe they remembered you from Best Buy.
exactly. Coax cable's not really used too much now, except for modems. But back in the day, you would use coax cable to get TV signal into your TV's tuner. But it's just the end of it, and it's metal, and it's got nice heft to it. And
Wow.
I don't have any footage of them dropping it off, but it wasn't in my yard the day before. I had just had the gardeners come and mow
Yeah.
the lawn, so I'm sure they would have, and My dog hasn't been there, so naturally, it's a gift from the crows.
Wow.
Yeah. So just want if any of the crows are watching, just want to say thank you so much for the gift, and I left you guys some Dave's killer bread out there.
This fascinates me. I cannot wait to see how this unfolds. I think it's so cool when animals are like communicating.
Well, crows are notoriously intelligent, like you said. They remember faces. They can exact revenge.
Yes. They talk to each other.
They talk to each other. They mourn, when one of their friends die, they mourn them and they have little funerals. They have a specific call and they all come down and
they have like a ceremony.
Yeah, so just know that I potentially have an entire murder of crows at my disposal at any moment.
Has your dog been home when you feed the crows?
He has, but I leave him inside.
Okay, so they don't.
I want to
have a
make
relationship
the crows comfortable. Yeah.
Shout out to Dwight Schrute, by the way.
From The Office?
Yeah. His favorite movie, The Crow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's right. Just a little tidbit, a little
Love that
knowledge.
movie.
Wait, we have to go back. What did it feel like when you got vaginal rejuvenation?
Yeah, I'm sorry for moving away from your vagina
No,
so
I was
quickly.
ready to.
Well, we're not.
We don't let you.
It was like little zap.
So when do you find out? Like when you're like, yeah, I'll try it.
Tonight.
At what point?
Tonight I'm cleared to have sexy time.
Not my question.
Oh.
But thank you.
That was my question. So
everyone out there,
thanks for asking.
it's tonight, guys. Are you excited to try it out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it really is vaginal rejuvenation because you're excited for sex again.
Yeah, but she even said, she's like, I hate that term. Like, this is not what, like, it's not like your vagina was bad and needed to be like revived. Like, it's, like.
You got a bad vagina.
I was just going to help out my friend and doctor.
So here's what I want to know.
So I'm happy to talk about it here, but I don't really want people to just sit and wonder about my vagina anymore.
No, they never do that. I mean, Jamie, whether you talk about it or not, that's what they're doing. When you say, okay, I'll do it, at what point do you realize, because you were like, I didn't know what I was signing up for.
20 minutes.
But you said you didn't know what you were signing up for.
Not
So
at
at what point do you go, oh, they're about to stick something in my vagina?
Yeah, when I was sitting there and she's like, okay, so this is the thing, here's this. And I just kind of, like put it up and I'll just stay around, and she says, talks me through it while she's doing it. And then we just started talking about like life and the weather and I don't know, while she did it. She's seen a lot of vaginas, that woman.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one of those things where it's kind of cool to be a dude because there's not, like, we don't really have to worry about this. But I guess, like, your balls do end up dropping as you get older.
My vagina, let's be clear.
Please.
My vagina was fine. Again, I was going to support and she was like, well, let's get you something.
Yeah, let's
It was like an
get you to
event
drop
of
trow
sorts.
and split your legs open.
Yeah, get those stirrups.
While you're here, why don't you just go legs akimbo?
But she said, for free, just get this done. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck
I
it.
would have taken advantage.
Fuck it up.
I think it's a fun service. I don't have any friends that have that sort of expertise.
Yeah. Now I do. I would like to think that I am Postmates I'm actually not that proud to say it, but I'm Postmates like #1 customer.
I've funneled thousands of dollars into this company.
Tens of thousands of dollars.
Which
I
is so
actually
bittersweet for them to actually now be a sponsor of the show.
think. Cutter wakes up thinking, what are we going to Postmate at some point today for lunch or dinner? And the best part is like they save your orders at each restaurant.
They make it easy. And also, by the way, they go places that other apps don't go.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if for some reason now when I look at if I get a delivery that from a place that like delivers itself, or for some reason I don't use Postmates, and I can't see where my delivery guy's at, I don't like it. I like to know, like, when I'm starving, because I only eat once every 3 days, it's like it's nice to know, like, all right, this guy's 4 minutes away. Like, it lets you know exactly where this dude is.
That's right. And also, too, if you want to kind of venture out of your house for a minute, they also offer now a new pickup option, which I've been using because, there's certain restaurants that don't deliver, and it allows you to import, to support, and uplift our suffering restaurant industry right now. And what better way is to, order food and support them. And also, by the way, it's not just all, burgers and sushi. You can order toilet paper. You can order phone chargers from stores like Walgreens and 7-Eleven, and a Postmate will do the work for you, lazy ass.
You can look at my Postmates orders, and definitely the weirdest one was a plunger.
Oh,
Yeah, I was in a
You
bad
win.
spot. I hit up Lowe's and I was like, hey, I need a plunger. And the guy came, brought me. It was like he came with a bag on it, like people wouldn't know what it was, but it was like a clear plastic bag around a plunger.
And by the way, you clogged your toilet with your poo poo. Like there's no other reason that this man is giving this to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd just like to think also that it's just a better idea to not go outside if you don't have to right now.
Yeah.
As we're, making our turn around the corner in this pandemic, the less amount of people that are out clogging the roads or, touching surfaces, the healthier and better it is for all of us. And Postmates allows us to use that as an excuse when we're really just being lazy.
But you know what? Go easy on yourself. We are in year 2, basically, of a pandemic. So treat yourself. Order your favorite meal. Just download the app on iOS or Android. Find your favorite restaurants. Get anything you want within an hour. And for a limited time, Postmates is giving our listeners $5 off your first 5 orders, which will last me 5 days, for your first 7 days. To save $5 on your first 5 deliveries, download the app and use code PAJAMA. That's code PAJAMA for $5 off your first 5 orders when you download the Postmates app or sign up online. Anything you need, anytime you need it, Postmate it.
Support the people, support the show.
Oh, new sponsor alert, Blue Chew. Blue Chew, dude. This episode's brought to you by Blue Chew. Blue Chew is making waves and bringing more confidence to the bedroom by offering chewable tablets that help men get stronger and longer lasting erections. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients that you'll find in Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of ED. And Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so there's no visiting doctor's offices, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. I love that part the most. And it ships straight to your door in a discreet package. And that package, by the way, they give you, this is what you get inside the package. And you see this one right here?
Uh-oh.
This one's been used.
That's why we're doing the ad from home, guys.
Personal stash.
Kasim can't leave the house right now. Let's just say,
I can't stand up right now. So, Rob, why don't you tell them about the special deal that we have for Pajama Pants listeners?
Yeah, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew for free when you use our promo code PAJAMA at checkout. You just pay $5 for shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code PAJAMA to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
Support the people that support the show. Now back to our show.
And also, Jamie's not here right now because Cutter took, you know what happened.
Yeah. He's also a customer.
If you could pick one profession for the person you were like married to or dating or whatever, what would it be?
Doctor?
Doctor?
I
would go.
Good.
I like chef.
Chef is
Chef
great.
big.
Yeah.
Chef would be fucking great. But also you kind of worry about that thing of like maybe she comes home and she's like, oh, cooking all day. I don't want to. But I think they still like to whip stuff up in the kitchen.
Doctor, I'd say lawyer would be really good.
Lawyer would be very
But they work so hard and so much. They're not going to be around a lot. Rex's fiance, I don't know,
Your buddy
girlfriend.
Rex.
Yeah, my buddy, girlfriend, lawyer. She's like one of the hardest working people on the planet.
Yeah.
All right, well, I want a not hardworking lawyer girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Just somebody who can like take a look at my paperwork every once.
You want one of the lawyers who's like on The Bachelor, you know, like you see,
Yeah.
Because those people have jobs and yet they're there for like 6 months.
They're
all
a
the time.
lawyer and then they become an influencer.
Mm-hmm.
Like given the first opportunity to stop being a lawyer, they stop doing
Selling
it.
flat tummy tea.
Yeah.
You know what?
Stuff
also
doesn't work, I don't think.
Masseuse.
Yeah, but there's a limited income, I feel like, there.
That's what we got. We got fucking merch, dude. what
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
We are swimming in it.
We got.
Send us your money.
We got 42 trucker hats.
Professional athlete.
Well, you're living your dream. How nice for you.
Well, look, I think that's great, but do you ever worry about like his joints and bones going to shit when he hits like 50?
Oh, there's a price you pay for
Yeah.
everything in life.
Yeah.
Your pussy's
Guys.
getting younger. He's getting older, you know?
That's how it happens.
He still looks great though. I was looking at him yesterday. I was just staring him down.
He has not. Do you know he has not worked out in like 2 years?
That's
3
2 years no working
3
out.
years.
No, he said he was working out a little during pandemic. He was going to some spot.
For maybe 3 weeks, and then Corona happened.
Yeah, some
He
people just got it like
started.
that.
Some people got it, man.
I work out every day doing nothing.
I think you look great.
Please, let's not start this.
I think you look great.
Do you think there's one person in...
I didn't follow it up with anything bad. You noticed, right?
I could feel it's like an intuition.
I could feel it. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
I was thinking it.
Yeah, they call it mother's intuition, right? Is that a thing?
That's exactly it.
Do you think there's one person in the United States who hasn't heard about Corona? Like, you know how in Japan, or where was it? Where did they have those people who like came out after
Africa.
20 years? They thought the war was still going on.
Oh, that's different.
Where was that? Is that
I don't know.
Japan? They were like in the mountains or whatever, hiding because they thought the war was still going on, and then they came
20
out.
years?
Yeah, it was something like Bryce. Could you Google that? Yeah. Or somebody? Man, Bryce. Bryce is fucking merched out, guys. He's got the fucking.
Bryce is wearing the hat and the hoodie.
He has the headphones over the hat.
And listen, I'm down. I like the hoodie and the hat. I refuse to double merch. That's something I will not do for anyone.
I was gonna wonder because like you have a perfectly good hat there and you're wearing just a blank.
Yeah.
You won't do double, huh?
I won't double merch. I feel like if there's desperation there.
We gotta take photos for the website after this. Are you gonna just?
You're having a photo shoot?
We have to, yeah.
Full on. Get that young puss ready, Jamie.
60 years.
60 years. What does it say? What does it say about them? In the Philippines.
2 dads. Oh, I thought it was like a whole civilization of
Dude,
people.
they 100% got gay with each other. 2 guys.
60 years hiding the two of them?
I thought you were going to say 69ing.
That too.
For sure.
Yeah, there. You know, I think about in Africa where like the drones fly over certain parts of like the Amazon, and then they get those tribal dudes that come out and start throwing their, their sticks, spears.
Yeah, their makeshift.
They throw their spears at the drone, and they're all super scared. That's what I think of.
The kids love it. The adults are like, no, it's the devil.
I don't know of anyone that hasn't heard of the corona, but I'm sure there's some.
Bo calls it.
He calls it the corona.
I wonder if there's somebody who's like, like if you could go 60 years without knowing there's a fucking war going on. Like, is there somebody who's just like, I live on a ranch, I grow my own vegetables. Like, I don't listen.
No, I think it was pretty inescapable.
Sounds like they just wanted a place to be gay together without like judgment from society.
Yeah, imagine me and you come out of the woods. We're like, hey, is that war is still going on, right?
Yeah. It's essentially Brokeback Mountain. It's like they had their families when they were in town, and then
spoiler alert.
Once a year they'd go to the mountains and just get super gay with each other. By the way, I watched that movie. I was like, I've never seen love like this.
You just ruined Brokeback Mountain for me, by the way.
What, you didn't know it was about 2 gay guys?
I didn't know once a year they had families and came and met in the mountains.
Oh, well, there's a real spoiler that I won't tell you.
I think it's more than once a year.
Good, because it's on my queue.
Yeah, you look like the type of guy that really, I loved it, and I get a lot of flack.
I don't remember it. I saw it when it came out. That was it.
Heath Ledger's really, and Jake Gyllenhaal really playing some real ball in that movie. There's some uncomfortable scenes, though, where I have to, like, look away. But I appreciate what was happening.
Sometimes when I'm looking for porn on like the page, like one thumbnail will be like some gay stuff, and I know exactly the feeling. Yeah, where you go, oh, all right, like because at first you don't know, like there's so much skin on the page.
Yeah,
that you just see.
What does a page look like?
Oh, it's just all little. It's like YouTube, but everything is fucking and sucking
and the videos are going on.
No. You have to click on
hover
one.
over them before the
so
see
there's
a preview.
a cover photo.
Yeah, and then you hover over it. You see what happens.
That's called the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's like sometimes you'll just be going through it. And it'll just be like best blowjob ever, and you don't like it. Just happens. They do that less now because there's like a filter where you could filter out straight and gay. But back in the day, it was just all porn.
I came across one this week that really made me uncomfortable.
A gay porn?
It was a series of, this guy set up a hidden camera by his front door, and then when he would get like a delivery or something, he'd open the door and he'd just be jacking off, and the delivery.
That's so rude.
But here's the thing: is like he has only the videos where the chicks seem like they're into it, but I guarantee that this guy has a few lawsuits pending. He's probably seen the inside of a jail cell. There's been a bunch of these videos where they didn't go.
It's only women delivery people?
Or it's just fake.
Well, I thought so. It could be. But if they were fake, I feel like there would be a lot more. There's only like 5 of them, and it never shows the faces, and there's barely any audio, and it seemed legit. Yeah,
Because I've seen like pizza delivery girls with the face blurred out, and
But, like,
they try and make it real.
I've been watching porn since I was a young man, and I like to think that I could tell the difference.
Can I ask? Because I actually,
I'd love to tell you.
You've also
there's
been
a
watching
part of
YouTube
me-
acting your whole life, but go ahead.
there's a part of me that's bummed out that Bo is going to probably learn what sex is from porn.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
a Roblox reenactment.
That, or like there's like I
think he already knows.
I think it's such a nice, I think it's a beautiful thing to discover. Like you can explain it to someone, but like to discover in person, like as a human, like I think it's dangerous for him to learn what sex is from porno.
I think what we don't realize is most people feel like they learned about sex from TV and movies and stuff back in the day, but it just wasn't porn. It was like movies,
Right.
You know, where it's like, oh, they're in bed. It's kind of romantic. And you're like, oh, this is what it's going to be like. Where now it's like, yeah, horrible,
Yes.
rough. Like, it's like, you know, back in the day, a sex scene was like 90% making out. Where now it's like you watch porn, it's like they don't kiss, you know, which
Kissing's way too intimate for porn these days.
I thought you were going to say for you.
When I was
Are
younger,
you a kisser?
dude, I'm a great kisser.
But are you like a kisser? Like, are you like to make out type of person?
Yeah, I feel like one of the only features I have is like my lips, and so I really like to use them.
What do you mean one of the only features you have?
What's wrong with your eyes? And
What's wrong with your hands?
My
forehead?
eyes are poor vision. What's wrong
you're-
with my hands?
You said you got the run-in-the-mill dick. Everything. It seems like you got a bunch of features.
run of the mill dick.
Yeah. Why? Now only you have lips? I've never noticed your lips once for the past 5 years we've been friends, and according to you, it's your only feature?
Oh, I said one of my only features.
Jamie?
I never really gave a hard look at the lips before.
No, I mean-
Yeah.
Try
Oh.
now.
He said his only feature, right? Hope I'm not wrong. Wonderful. Shit, we haven't done an email in a while. Would you like to get in that?
Yes.
Would love to do an email.
Let's get some emails.
Wow, we're
Oh,
really
how
fucking-
perfect is this? This one's titled Bidet Life.
I mean, come on.
Rob, Jamie, and Kermit. Oh. I'm so excited to tell you that my wife got me a Tushy bidet for Christmas and I love it. Sadly, she was quick to make it clear that cleaner butts were not an invitation for us to start snacking on each other's assholes in the throes of passion.
Damn.
I'll just have to live to fight that fight another day. Anyway, as a newbie, I have a few questions about bidet use and would love your input. First of all, how long is too long? My wife says 5 to 10 seconds is more than enough. Personally, I'm hitting it full throttle for about a minute to a minute and a half. Keep in mind, I've been told that I have a nice, tight little asshole, so I really have to relax to go get her open up a bit. Otherwise, the water can't force its way up there to do its thing. That being said, I think I might go too hard sometimes.
Let's pause, Jamie.
Okay.
What do you think is too long, too short? What do you think, Cass?
I think 30 seconds is fine.
Yeah, 5 seconds is definitely too short. That's barely even.
If you're over a minute, you're doing something entirely different than washing your butt.
Okay.
Not to say that I haven't done it, and not to say that I don't do it. But after a minute, you are fully clean, and then you notice that after the minute, you start turning up the intensity a little bit, and now you're playing with yourself, and it's a sex toy at that point.
See, when I first got the bidet, I was like, you know, because there's like stipulation, but you haven't had it your whole life. You're like, oh, is this kind of weird? I gotta say, I've used it 300 times. I've never felt any sort of pleasure.
Oh.
Like I've never been. It's a very
You're
like.
doing it all wrong, my friend.
Yeah, but I'm like, hey, I'm here. But it's also like I just took a shit right into like some pleasure. No, it's like I'm here to clean. It's the same way wiping my ass. I don't feel pleasure. It's like we're here to get a job done.
You do a little extra work. You told me that
Wiping big time.
Well, you do a thing where you are very good at letting the water in there. You relax your butt.
Yeah.
But that's not something you could do in the beginning.
Right. It took practice.
Wow.
Yeah.
It took practice. And he is now
Good
a
for
guy
you.
who sucks in water.
But it doesn't even work all the time. It's sometimes because you hear the sound change of the water flow, like it starts to flow. You know, instead of it sounding like it hitting a wall, it sounds like it's just going down a hallway or something.
A hallway.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
Sheesh.
corridor.
I mean, I got hundreds of feet of intestines in me, right? What is it? Football field?
Tennis court full.
Tennis court.
I noticed my butt's getting a little resistant to the pressure.
See, I go
Maybe you have
very
it too
light.
high.
It's very light.
No, I'm saying it started off very sensitive, and now it's getting a little.
Oh, the
I can
tolerance.
turn it up a little higher.
Tolerance. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well.
What did Dan?
Oh, well, Dan just went on about.
Come on, Jamie.
I mean, you're right. You want to spend the time? Okay. I was just going to move on. So,
Dan just went on.
for instance, you guys ever suffer from anal leakage throughout the day?
Nope.
My wife says I have some undies that prove otherwise. I look forward to your response and really want to thank you again for introducing me to bidet life. I've always been a bit of an aggressive wiper, which in turn led to a really irritating little hemorrhoid. This bidet has been a godsend for us as that is concerned. It feels so good when the ice cold water hits my itchy little butt clitoris after a long sweaty day. It
I
almost
wonder where
feels
we got this
sexual,
listener.
which gave me the idea to do some experimenting.
Say it.
Hypothetically?
Say the word.
Hypothesize?
Oh, hypothesize?
Oh my God! Sorry.
Whoa.
I
What did you
hypothesize.
say? Whoa.
Whoa, dude.
I wish we had instant
I was going to ask you if you
replay.
were high earlier. Did you
I'm
smoke
not,
before?
No.
I wish we had instant replay
I
on the pod.
hypothesize that if I can position this powerful flow of water to stimulate the sweet spot of my prostate, it can bring me to orgasm and streamline my day. I mean, this is just.
The problem is your prostate's it's in there a little bit further, and I don't think a stream of water is gonna. You need somebody
it's
to
another
massage
Hello
it.
Tushy satified customer.
Well, thank
Satified.
you, and thank you to your mom's
Jamie,
house.
Are you okay? Are you having a stroke in front of us?
Dude, this is how they start.
Satified hypopoly. What'd she say for?
Hypophysize.
Holy shit, Jamie!
Dude, this isn't
I'm
good.
so tired.
Wow,
This
you
isn't
sure?
good.
Guys,
You
I'm-
sure
I'm
she didn't shove that thing in
currently
too far and it
packing
hit
up
your?
my whole house. I'm very tired.
Wow.
You sure she didn't shove that rod in too far and it hit your brain when she
It
when she
might have.
zapped?
It might
You
have.
back
Next
to
email
back
is
to 14.
4 paragraphs long.
Do you want to read this one?
Holy shit!
We
Oh, there's a
should read
picture on the back too.
There it is.
Let me tell you right now, I haven't seen this email. I havenven't seen anything.
Oh, that's you. Well,
I was gonna say, I bet someone like died. You know,
Oh.
like I thought we were going.
This is like the exact opposite of this last email.
right. Yeah.
this is gonna okay. Man, I'm really testing my reading skills here.
Here we go.
Dear Pajama
Oh wait,
Pants.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt. I do
Please.
it all the time. I'm sorry,
No,
but
no problem.
guy, black underwear. I only right.
Oh.
What we got? Whoa. Only black.
That's
underwear.
blue.
Gabby, edit out my my thigh.
You use that for the white
Nope.
balance.
Did she just say nope?
Yeah. As she threw up, walked out, and said no. Would you say those are what?
Navy.
No, they're black. I just washed them so many times. They're the old Tommy Hilfigers.
Oh yeah.
They're so washed. I can't get rid of them. There's holes in the crotch. Everything. It's a mess. Even though Cassim got me underwear every holiday.
I get him underwear twice a year.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, sorry. Just don't wear white. If you're wearing white underwear, come on. Who do you
I
think
don't
you
do
are?
white. I do like Lululemon's got a nice deep
Yeah, I
red.
like their underwear.
Oh,
Women.
Oh,
Oh,
the
that
best.
maroon.
I got a pair waiting for me on my porch right now as soon as I get back.
How often are you ordering new underwear?
I try and order them every few months. Just get a couple here and there because they're not cheap. They're like $40 a pair. But I wear those feel so good.
So expensive.
They're the best underwear. Always in motion through Lululemon. Always in motion mesh underwear. There you go. That's my recommendation today.
And then let's also talk about Theragun, you guys.
Never heard of
Theragun.
it.
Never heard of it? Well, get to know it. Don't let the stress of daily life weigh on your body. You need the handheld percussive therapy device that releases your deepest muscle tension using a scientifically calibrated combo. I've never said so many long words in my life. Depth, speed, power. It's as quiet as an electric toothbrush. Get the Gen 4 Theragun. It doesn't just feel good. It gets to the source of pain by releasing tension. It does 60% deeper than what regular vibration does alone. The OLED screen and design make you feel like you're holding something from the future. You can have an app that can give you treatment plans. You guys, Theragun is trusted by 250 professional sports teams like Real Madrid and elite athletes like Paul George, DeAndre Hopkins, Maria Sharapova, and hundreds of thousands of customers and me. So try Theragun for 30 days starting at only $199. Go to Theragun.com/pajama right now. Try Theragun for 30 days starting at only $199. Go to Theragun.com/pajama right now and get your Gen 4 Theragun today. That's Theragun.com/pajama, Theragun.com/pajama. pajama.
And also, every Sunday we go to your house, and
Yes.
it's basically just a fucking Theragun party.
It is.
Because your husband.
Everyone has their different areas too. You're doing your chest a lot, I've noticed.
Well, it was after chest day, Jamie. I mean, come on.
the buttocks is a nice one to hit.
Yeah. And then they got new stuff coming out that's dope
Super
too that we
soft
get to
attachment.
see on the fucking
Yeah, you
on the
guys, they're
sneak-
just getting started over at Theragun.
Yeah, but we got the little one, the big ones, all the different. We're all using them on the couch watching movies. It's fucking great.
It is.
Yeah, get a Theragun.
Check it out. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Hello Tushy. We love Hello
yeah.
Tushy. The brand new Hello Tushy 3.0 modern bidet attachment is here to level the playing field. It's stylish, eco-friendly, easy to install, and affordable. You don't have to be rich to have a bidet anymore. You can have one now because it doesn't just cleanse your butt with a precise stream of water. It cleans itself. Before and after it's used with the Smart Spray automatic self-cleaning nozzle. It's just an attachment, you guys. You attach it to your existing toilet. It requires no electricity or additional plumbing. Cuts toilet paper use by 80%. So the Hello Tushy bidet pays for itself in just a few months. And because with Hello Tushy, you don't wipe at all, you just poop, spray, dry, and go. Go to hellotushy.com/pajama to get 10% off plus free shipping. This is a special offer for our listeners. So go to hellotushy.com/pajama for 10% off. hellotushy.com/pajama.
Dear Pajama Pants, even though I'm not your average listener, a dude in his mid-40s, but I wanted to reach out and let you know how happy I am that you created this podcast. I've always been a huge fan of The Sopranos and must admit that when I started to listen, I was only doing so because of that show. I wanted you to know that I feel your talents transcend you being the best show ever made. Your podcast is outstanding. I now listen without even thinking about The Sopranos unless it's brought up within the show, even though I'm still a huge fan. This truly speaks to the talents of each of you, and we, as listeners, are rewarded with such great content week after week. Allow me to elaborate.
Oh.
Let me first start with Rob. I've always seen Rob as a terrific actor playing a very complex role in a dramatic series. Rob, I feel your talents have gone way beyond this. Your ability as a communicator in this format has reached the status of someone like Howard Stern or Joe Rogan. Your
Easy
honesty and ability to tap into the feelings of your co-hosts and guests is so genuinely compelling. I feel like you've always been a great actor, but you are an exceptional podcast host. You may have found your calling in life. It'll be fun to follow your future career, as I know you'll move into some form of successful show hosting position later in life.
Is anybody else getting uncomfortable?
No.
Or is that just?
And you know what? He's right.
Yep, I think he's right too.
Kasim, you could arguably be one of the best surprises of 2020 and 2021. I say this with regard to my ignorance of not knowing who you were prior to the podcast. In fact, when I first saw your picture on the podcast thumbnail on YouTube, I honestly thought Rob and Jamie had on the McLovin kid from Superbad as a guest. LOL. I say this out of total ignorance on my part, but I must say, what a talent you are. Your sense of humor is advanced and outstanding. Your timing is impeccable, and your wit is equally matched with your cynicism. This is becoming my favorite email of all time.
Yeah.
I feel as if you're able to keep the audience guessing and listening for what is it that you'll unpredictably say next. I hear your humor getting better and better with each passing podcast, and also feel you are destined for something great in the near future. Keep that edgy tone coming, and don't be afraid to take it a step further each time. Thank you so much. And finally, we come to Jamie. Jamie, you are the glue that holds this trio together. The warmth, compassion, logic, sensibility, and sensitivity that you bring to the show counterbalances everything brought up from the fellas. This is because you're a wonderful person. I know this firsthand from meeting you one time, a very long time ago. There was a local jewelry store opening at a mall in Albany, New York, and they advertised that a member of the Sopranos cast was going to be at their grand opening. As a loyal fan, I waited in line for 2 hours hoping to get a cool picture with a Sopranos celebrity. In all honesty, I recall being a little disappointed that I was not going to get a shot with somebody like Tony Sirico or Michael Imperioli. That soon changed as they led us through the line. You were so friendly, down to earth, and patient as you took a few minutes to talk to me and engage in conversation so genuinely, even with a long line of people waiting for pictures and autographs. It was a pleasure meeting you that day that I remember going. It was such a pleasure meeting you that day that I remember going home and telling my girlfriend, who is now my wife of 16 years, that I know you were the nicest, coolest person ever.
That's so sweet.
And the type of person who my girlfriend would be friends with if you had gone to college with us. Please take that as a compliment because my wife is a very sweet person as well. Sometimes you just know the good people in the world, and I listen to the podcast each week. Your presence reminds me of just that. Thank you for bringing such a different side to this very well-rounded trio of personalities. I know this email is long, but I felt it was very important to recognize you guys for doing such a great job. It's always hard to start some new direction of a career, but you guys certainly hit a home run. Sometimes we all need a little recognition to keep us going so we can continue what we're doing to entertain people. I just thought you should know all the best. John from Albany. P.S. Attached is the dorky picture of me with Jamie. What a
That was
lovely...
such a nice email.
How great would it be if he like spun the whole thing around? He's like, a picture of me and my wife, and it was you and Jamie. It was him and Jamie. You know, he's like a nut.
Such a nice email.
So
Thank you,
nice.
John.
Yeah.
Let's get something mean to counterbalance
Okay.
it.
John, thank you so much. It means
That's really great, and I never really know what to do with praise like that.
Yeah,
See,
that's just, you just made people uncomfortable. That's all. But it was so sweet.
Yeah, I think once it's nice to hear praise, like one time, and then every time after that for me, it gets more and more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So like, when
All
we
right, were
first
you ready for
started-
this one then?
Sure, don't let me talk.
This is sorry.
No, go ahead, Jamie. Just over here putting together merge, putting the show together. But yeah, okay. What do you got to say?
Greatest
Jamie?
host
You got
since Howard
got an
Stern.
email?
Over here.
This
Just
is-
cut him off though.
Nobody goes in to fucking interrupts Joe Rogan, but yeah, okay.
Cassim has great lips, and no one seems to notice. So.
What is it, Jamie? You got an email?
Yes. This isn't really a question, but you guys say Cassim has gay energy, but I think it's actually Rob. He constantly calls. He constantly calls Cassim babe and looks at him like he's some piece of steak. You can legit see the water come out of his mouth when looking at Cassim. Also, Rob has more gay energy, I think. P.S. I love the podcast.
Thank you. I can't be the only one that notices you look at me like a raw piece of meat.
I did I was on The View one time, and that was the only other time I remember being called gay. When I was on The View, people were like,
you gay?
like, I just remember someone was like,
Oh,
this
wasn't
guy's...
Whoopi.
No, but I remember somebody, like, after watching it was like, oh, this guy's definitely gay. When I was on The View for some reason. I don't know. I was just with, like, 5 chicks vibing out.
Joy Behar
Yeah.
really brought it out in you.
You know, if I was gay, I don't feel like my life would... Like, I don't feel like anyone I love would treat me any differently. You know?
Of
Like,
course not.
I know the, like... I guess having, like... financial comfort or like having had some success early on, it's like I don't feel that I'm like, well, how would my life change if I said that? But it's like I don't think it would, because it's like you hear people like, oh my god, it's such a big deal to come out. Obviously for like if you're a kid in fucking high school, it must be insane. But as like a 35-year-old guy who already lives on his own, I don't think anybody would care.
That's
Jamie, there's something.
Please,
No.
Uncle Rob.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice, to hear you finally say it.
I'll tell you in the car on the way home.
Yeah.
You vlog it.
Yeah.
This is an email from somebody who just took 3 terrible screenshots of me from a video. So, thank you. That's a big
Jesus.
straw. That'd look really good on somebody who had some big, nice lips.
Would.
Is there water coming out of my mouth right now?
Okay, this one. Hi, PJ Pants Pod. I recently came to the realization that this podcast was not the first time I saw Cassim. The first time I saw Cassim was a YouTube red carpet featuring Jenny Slate, Cassim, and my favorite comedian, Norm Macdonald. My question to Cassim is, were you aware of what Norm was bringing to the table that day? I thought you handled it well, but Norm really brought an I don't give a fuck attitude to the event. Can you tell us stories of this day, or are you trying to forget it altogether? To all the listeners, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
I loved
P.S.
I
Make
loved
Gabby
it.
a 4th member.
Reject Gabby being a 4th member. We had no idea Norm was...
I want to know what this is.
It was a YouTube comedy week, and I hosted it with Jenny
Jenny.
Slate and Norm, and it was kind of hastily put together. There wasn't like a real chance to rehearse in any way, but it was, and we also didn't, we told Norm was going to show up and like we all had to dress up, but Norm shows up in like a sweatshirt and jeans and like, and I remember Daniel Kelson asking, who's a producer, asking Norm if he was going to like change or anything. He's like, no. And he's just like, no, why would I? That sounded like George.
That was George.
Yeah. They don't sound too dissimilar. But it was great. I honestly had the best time meeting him and like talking to him, and in between when the camera wasn't on, he was just so funny. But we were trying to like move from segment to segment, and he would go off on tangents, and then I kept looking over at a producer that was like, "Let's go. We like got to move to the next one." So like a couple times, I felt like I had to hop in, but I should have just probably let him keep going. It was a complete education on what to do when you have somebody who's just like a masterclass comedian. You just let him go. But he was super nice and had really complimentary things to say, and it was I had a great time.
Okay, great to know.
Guys, I'm not gay.
Rob.
All right?
Yeah, it's fine. No, you're clearly not worried about
I just haven't read it, but every Pete postscript on all of these letters is Rob gay?
Oh, yeah.
The big
Let's
question.
hope, man. Let's hope.
Tune in next week.
Hi, Jammies. I'm a big fan of the Pajama Pants podcast and been listening to it during COVID, a big highlight of working remote. Thanks to Rob, Jamie, and Cassim for keeping me laughing each week. My question is for Rob. Are you following the new season of 90 Day Fiancé? And if
Hell
so,
yeah, dude.
what is your thought on this season's couples? I'd love to know. Thanks, Heather.
There is. Oh,
He's got a lot to
Heather.
say. We're gonna take this time to have Rob talk about his current reality TV shows that he's into.
I'd like to say in the beginning, this was one of the best seasons I had ever seen. And now that it's kind of like, it could have been the best in the beginning. Now that it's kind of getting into it a little, into the COVID stuff, and people are kind of staying in and filming themselves, it's getting a little weak. But man, there's one couple where this woman is in Belize and she goes to see this like 20-year-old kid. And as she's unpacking the suitcase, she's like, here are your 8 pairs of flip-flops, and here are your and she buys them full-on outfits, everything. And then the last thing, she gets him like 5 watches, and the last one, she just pulls out like a loose watch out of her suitcase. She's like, this one is $3,000. It's like, listen, sweetie, $3,000 watches come in a box.
Yeah.
It's not a 3,000. Like, somebody hoodwinked this girl, just like the guy in Belize is doing, and it is so fucking insane. And in the last episode, he was having sex with her, and she makes him use condoms. And like, she was like, oh, it's really dry. Like, can we use lube? The condom is dry. And he's like, there's no condom. Like, he pretended to put a condom on, but then mid-sex told her he pretended to put a condom on. So she kicks him out and calls his cousin to come over, who she had fucked like another. It is the Belize woman, and she's so crazy that she's like she's a hula hoop world champ. So while she's on the phone fighting with this guy, sometimes she's like listen here, you motherfucker, and she's like doing the hula hoop thing, and she's like,
Does she have to practice all day?
She just does. Like, I think she had the record for like 30 hours. She's in like the and he's like, she's so proud that like she's in the Guinness Book of World Records. Meanwhile, like, they're just she's like, oh, he hasn't answered my call in like a month, and meanwhile she's just sending money down to his family in Belize. Well, he won't even talk to her, like, and she just keeps sending money. Now the best thing is he said to her, I don't want to keep taking your money. A real man makes his own money. So she goes, well, go for a job interview at this place, at this resort. And she spoke to the people at the resort, and she goes, hey, I'll pay his salary.
Yes, you told me this.
Just tell him he's hired, so like he could be making his own money. So now when they're fighting, he's like, I make my own money. And you could see her just kind of like looking over to the camera, like, oh my God, it's so fucking insane. The show is crazy. And then there's just some people you go, man, you are miserable. Like they look for no joy. And there's one woman who just watches the guy eat everything, and everything he reaches for, she's like, you're going to put more salt on the thing. And then he goes to grab like a piece of bread. She's like, what did we say about bread? And then he's like,
that's my nightmare when somebody micromanages like that, or just comments on everything. God.
And they're at dinner with other people, by the way. And she's like, that's too much butter. Like, every single thing. And she's not even like eating her food. It's like, yo, get out of my life.
Yes.
Like, and what is wrong with this guy that he's like, yeah, how much butter should I put on this piece? If somebody told me how much butter to put on a piece of bread.
Yeah.
I find that way worse than somebody being like, you're a fucking piece of shit. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not even your favorite show on right now.
Well, Married at First Sight is fucking bananas. It's incredible. It's on Lifetime. It's about exactly what it sounds like. People who they meet at the altar. they get married, and then you follow them, and you're like, okay, now you two are married. Like you move in together, you go on a honeymoon, and then like one person like 3 days in, they're like, I know exactly why the people matched us. Like everything is perfect. This is my dream. And then the woman's like, yeah, well, our kids will be good. And he's like, yeah, and if not, we hit them. And the woman's like, no, we don't hit our kids. And he's like, yeah, we do. Like, and then you see like it just all comes crashing down when there's these like huge
And
things
they're
where
already married.
yeah, they're full on married.
They literally meet at their wedding.
Yeah, live together. And then like, there's things where the guy's like, all right, well, let's go down to the bank and put our money together. And like whoever makes more money is always like, we're not doing that. I've known you for 3 days. And they're like, but we're married. Like, it's just, it's so good. And what this one guy did was he told the woman, he told her friends kind of like, I'm not really into her. Like at the wedding, he's like, what she looks like, I'm not really into. He went to the hotel room with her that night, slept with her. Then the next day, in the morning, he's like, I'm going to get menus for room service. And he just disappeared. Oh my God. It's so fucking good. And so that
And never came back?
No, he does. But that day they're supposed to go have dinner with each other's family, but not together. Like, so the woman's like, well, we had sex and then he just left me this morning and said he'd be right back. And it was an hour and a half. And like, then when he showed up, he wouldn't tell me where he was and this. And then he goes, I'm not attracted to you. He tells the woman. So the father's like, listen, it's a horrible thing, like if he's not attracted to you or this, and she's like, well, then why did he have sex with me? And he's like, well, maybe because he said he wanted to give it a shot. And she's like, well, maybe you wanted to give it a shot. And she goes, oh, once last night and once this morning, he was still giving it a shot. And it is just, so you're like, holy shit. Then this guy's like on their honeymoon with her and he goes, I've got something, really devastating some news I just found out. And she's like, oh my God, is everything okay? What is it? He's like, I don't want to talk about it. He goes, do you want to go to the pool? She's like, what? Like, no, you need to. And he's like, it's life-changing news. So down the line, you find out he married her and then found out 2 days later, the girl who he banged like a couple weeks ago was pregnant. Yo, this show is, if you're into this kind of shit, if you like bad reality shows, this show it's a 10.
Ooh.
Really. I feel like I'm talking too much.
You're really into a show right now.
What?
Summer House.
Oh, I love my summer house. I love my summer house. And now I just found out that they're quarantining them to do a winter house with people from Southern Charm and Summer House. It's like my wet dream.
Would you go on that show?
Oh.
No. You mean a cameo?
Well, yeah. Well, what capacity would
Like
you?
to come party with them for an afternoon?
Yeah, but you wouldn't be a
Yeah.
contestant. What do they get?
They're not contestants.
Well,
It's just they're just living.
no one wins the
no,
thing.
no.
They're just hanging out.
So, why do they do it? Just for exposure?
Why do we do this?
They get paid to do it
We do this to sell merch.
because they're
now available
willing.
at
They're willing to like have
grassrootscalifornia.com.
their lives be on, and
But there's no competitive aspect. It's
no,
all
there's
just
no
drama.
competition, just drama.
So it's like Love Island is a competitive ad. So there's really nothing I can think of that's.
Yeah, you need the competition.
I need to see like
Yeah.
once a week people going home. sort of
Right,
thing.
right. No, not here. Not here.
Do you ever, does it ever get in your head of like, I kind of want a non-alcoholic beer? Like, do you ever crave a beer and go, you know what, I'll just have a non-alcoholic?
No.
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 You?
Um,
You weren't much of a beer drinker, were you?
yeah, Heineken. Oof, love it.
Oh.
But,
People either love or hate Heineken. Yeah, there's no one in between.
well, we're saying you have to get a good Heineken. There are bad Heinekens, Like
Right.
when I used to go to the deli, I'd get 2 6-packs of Heineken, pack of Marlboro Lights, go upstairs, and so you open that first one. If you get that taste and you're like, oh, this is a bad fucking 6-pack, like whether it's old or it was left out of the refrigerator, like you just...
It smells like your buddy burped in your face and he had just had like Baja Fresh or something. Like
It smells like when you walk into a shitty bar sober, like in the afternoon. Like you're
Yeah.
like, oh, this fucking...
the
But
wood smells like beer.
the thing is, the Heineken is so good that it can be bad, where like you don't know a bad Coors Light. Coors Light, sorry, Bryce, I know you're a big Coors Light guy.
Bryce has been drinking Coors Light off hours here.
Yeah, we show up, there's empty beer bottles everywhere.
Well, he drinks his beer while he cleans his crystals.
We all have been dealing with the pandemic in our own way. This new merch that he's wearing really brightened his day.
Yeah, I think it's great.
You look great, buddy.
Yeah.
You look fantastic. Were you ever, when you were pregnant, were you ever like, I need something non-alcoholic?
No, I've never been a drinker. Like, I'll never crave alcohol ever.
Were you one of those people who would be like, I'm going to have one glass of wine a month, like that vibe, or
No.
ever?
No.
So as
No.
soon as you found out you were pregnant, no substance, like zero.
Yeah, what were you on when you were pregnant with Jack?
Yeah.
What was I on?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Something happened.
When I was pregnant with Jack?
He came out an animal.
Yeah.
Nothing. I was so chill.
I don't know, man. Something different. I wonder if you did anything different, or that's just the roll of the dice with
It's
kids.
just him. It's just him. He's just fire.
He's Bam
my
Bam.
fire baby. He's Bam Bam.
Here's the truth. When he's good, he's so good. And when he's bad, he's not even that bad. Like he yells
He tried
and
to
he'll
make out with you last night.
full on.
Dude, he wouldn't stop.
He was, and it was.
I
Well,
canceled him
because
this
you were
morning.
laughing.
I canceled him.
You canceled Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, in
What
the
he
video
did
I'm
was
saying
inexcusable.
no. We got it for the vlog. Don't you guys worry.
Yeah, we got another vlog coming out.
He came at me because here's the thing. I thought he was coming in for the. I think he gave me a hug, and then when he went back, I don't know if somebody said no. I don't even think anyone said anything. He just went.
Yeah.
And like opened his mouth as wide as possible and came out of my mouth and had one drop of drool like coming out of the bottom, and I was like, no, I was like, Jack, chill, like, you know.
And then he
I was like,
left and then came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said like, you said you're gonna come visit him in Texas, and he was like, and then I'll kiss you
Yeah.
again, and then he came back, and then he tried to do it all over again. Real
Oh my
sweet kid, but he had some moments yesterday.
Yes.
He had some
yes.
screaming moments.
But that's the thing. If he never yelled, you'd be like, he's great. It's just that it's annoying, right? Like,
Well, the whining, but the whining, I keep remembering like this thing that I read that it's just a need that's not being met, and they don't know any other way to communicate. Like they literally don't have any other tools to be able to tell you. So the whining is so fucking annoying that we end up kind of like still ignoring it, and they just keep whining because. So that's why I do the thing where I like get down on their level and like look him in the eye and I'm like, dude, like what do you need? Or like try and explain it, because there are certain things he just can't understand. Like he has no concept of time. Like if I say he can do something later, if it's not right now, it's never. Do you know what I mean? So
Really likes his car washes. Really wants to go to the car wash. You know what's so funny? I was just thinking about the other day is the Dykstra family made a lot of money
they
in
sold
the
it
car
for like
wash business.
$50 million.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy in a car wash
and
business.
little Jack Dykstra, obsessed with car washes, has
Obsessed.
never been to a Lenny Dykstra car wash.
No, one day he'll know.
Gosh, it's in the blood.
Yeah,
kids are great. They're gonna. Jack's
They'll be
gonna
alright.
make it.
Jack's gonna make it.
Yeah.
How we doing, Bryce?
We're good.
Look, that's gonna be an episode. We got a couple things we'd like you guys to do. If you are interested in trying out this merch,
Yep.
Ooh.
I think we said it a couple times already, but that's
Fire.
graciascalifornia.com. And also, they have very cool merch on their own. You've seen it. Jamie's been wearing it. It's the avocado guacamole hoodie and the some of the other stuff. But our stuff in these 3 colors, available now in all sorts of sizes. And I hope you guys really like it, because we took a lot of time to make sure that these were going to be quality and we didn't skimp on it. And hopefully you guys like it as much as we do.
Yeah, and look. You hear that?
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
quality.
fucking patch, baby.
That's quality.
It's a fucking patch.
If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe and click the notification bell. That way you know when our videos go live, which is every Tuesday morning right now. And we're on Instagram. Jamie's on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. We have a Twitter, and we have a subreddit, r/Pajama Pants Podcast. You can send us questions at askpajamapants@gmail.com, and on our Instagram, which I'm asking for questions on our Instagram these days too. So follow us there, and that's it. Anything else? Do you have anything?
No, thanks, guys. And also, wait, we had a vlog come out on Thursday. Go check out the vlog.
Yeah. We have another one coming out, and hope you guys, I'm assuming all the comments were very positive on it, so thank you for those very positive comments.
Yeah.
And we have another one that's going to drop very soon. So
You got to see us in the wild.
yeah, all the car rides that me and Rob have taken, we've clipped together for you.
Yeah, we got Jamie-Lee's house.
Yep.
We got everything.
Yep.
You get to see Cutter for the first
Yeah,
time.
you see that Cutter's a real person.
Yeah.
Cutter's rail, and I got these big old lips. So see you on the next one, guys.
Jesus.